The escalating debate about refugees coming to Germany has exploded and the right-wing assholes are running berserk. Since weeks now we hear about a right-wing terrorist attack almost every day. And yes, that's what it is. Real terrorism actually happening in Germany right now. And it's no radical Muslims or left-wing autonomous groups. It's the same domestic dickheads we have in this country since forever. The same kind of terrorists, by the way, that flew over this country 76 years ago. And for the first time a politician has become target of these people. They bombed his car in Freital, which is a city where several attacks occurred over the last months. The question now that arises for the reasonable mind is, why is there no police to protect them? There has been no radical Islamist attack in Germany since forever. But even so, German police forces are deployed to every slightly bigger train station, every infrastructural point, and even to fucking foosball games. So why is there no police forces protecting the refugee centers when terrorist attacks are occurring on a daily basis? The only explanation I heard before is, it's simply too expensive. So what about all these police officers at the train stations? Aren't they expensive too? If you don't have enough police force to protect innocent people, maybe you should stop controlling stoners in the street or just simply stupidly patrolling around. And it's also insane bigotry regarding the points that were made about radical Islamists in the last years. In the war on Muslim terrorism we spend billions and billions of euros every year. And I've never heard the sentence, well, we have no money to protect ourselves against them. So why don't we have money to protect us now? There is no excuse for political authorities to not protect the refugees other than racism, bigotry or stupidity. Also, this is not happening all of a sudden. It's been a development over the last years making racism and stupidity valid political arguments. Movements like Pegida, who were also covered by foreign media, have been more and more accepted into German society. Stupid, racist and irrational fears have been labeled legitimate concerns and politicians have given into more and more into this disgusting ideology. Even our Vice Chancellor Sigmar Gabriel has planned to meet with these hateful mental hillbillies. The new party AfD and the CDU-CSU are roaming the right wing to catch up for voters there. And the press is flooded with articles distinguishing between right and wrong refugees, overstrained political authorities and ridiculous expense calculations. And you can observe the results. 80% of the Bavarian population are supporting the idea of refugee centers in Northern Africa. Yeah, right, because the problem will solve itself when we push it over the southern border, you imbeciles. And even though a majority of Germans is still pro-refugees and even willing to spend more money on the issue, everyone is convinced that the refugees are too much of an economical burden to take them all in, which is just uneducated bigotry. Watch our video, The Most Disgusting Lie of the 21st Century on that matter. So the public opinion is shifting to the right in a time where right-wing terrorists becomes a problem of daily basis. And I'm not implying that Germany has become all of a sudden a Nazi country again. It's just that there is no political ambition visual at all to solve this problem. Where are the raids on racist terrorists' apartments? Where is the special task force to deal with that problem? Why is there no confiscations of computers etc. by the police? All these things are frequently wielded against supposedly left-wing autonomous groups or Islamic terrorists. That's because Nazi right-wing mentality is still imprinted in the German bureaucratic apparatus. Left-wingers and Islamic terrorists are seen as some kind of full-time political enemy, whereas right-wing terrorists are seen as people with questionable beliefs but also kind of normal citizens in a way. Germany is ashamed and there are actually a lot of people crying out about this. But there won't be any change to the problems when our politicians don't give in to the fact that their bigotry also led to the situation we have now. Tracing back from Horst Seehofer's recent populist stupidities, to the acceptance of Pegida as a political movement, to the European border design and the Dublin contracts, to Roland Koch's campaign about the double citizenship, right up to the jus sanguinis in our constitution. Of course, all these people can't be held responsible for the things. They didn't launch the attacks themselves, but they sure as hell are responsible for the process that led up to the situation. The narrative of the vanished right-wing mentality in Germany has always been a myth. People just didn't talk publicly about it because they feared repression. But now, when it becomes more and more acceptable, you see the results on Facebook and Twitter. Just go to the social media and look at the right-wing rant you can read all over. If we as a society don't face these mentally retarded people fiercely enough, this problem will only get worse, because the reasons for the refugee crisis don't seem to fade at all, as Turkey, for example, started their war on the Kurds and the IS today. And solutions come from an unexpected side. the German police unit demanded that there may be no demonstrations in front of refugee centers anymore. What a brilliant out-of-the-box idea that is. That's it for this topic today, but we will surely cover this in the future. Subscribe for recent political developments in Germany and we'll see you next episode. Bye bye!